Wanderlei Silva was brutally knocked out during a post-fight brawl at Spot and Fight Night 2 in Sao Paulo, Brazil. The 49-year-old UFC Hall of Famer was disqualified in the 4th round of his boxing match against Acelino Freitas for repeatedly throwing headbutts. All hell broke loose after the disqualification, with both teams engaging in an all-out brawl. During the chaos, Silva was knocked out cold. The person who landed the knockout blow has been identified as Rafael Freitas, the son of Silva's opponent. The 49-year-old legend was rushed to the hospital with a gruesome eye injury. Thank you all very much for your messages. I'm not feeling very well, very dizzy, and have a headache that won't go away. This week I'll do more detailed tests to find out if I had any more serious head trauma. Silva provided another update at 3:30 in the morning, unable to sleep due to the pain. Yeah, my situation really isn't good. Look at my eye. It's 3:30 in the morning now. I can't sleep because my head is throbbing too much. And tomorrow, not tomorrow, in a little while, right? I'll have to go to the hospital for some more tests. Silva's opponent, Acelino Freitas, has issued an apology for the brawl. Wanderlei was disqualified for foul play and illegal anti-sports hitting in the quad, where it was just me and him. Before that, he'd already caught a lot in every round we've played, lacked emotional balance to make a clean boxing match and continue to the end. Once again, I regret the episodes after the match, and I reiterate all my repudiation manifestations and previous notes rebuking all attempts to manipulate information of the opponent team. However, Freitas has not publicly acknowledged that one of his sons landed the viral knockout blow. Rafael Freitas has since deleted his Instagram account after being tagged by his brother Juan in a now deleted Instagram story that read, "When you're going to talk about my brother, speak softly. Congratulations, Rafa." Jorge Masvidal is making a plea to fight at the historic UFC White House event expected to take place in June 2026. President Donald Trump announced his intentions to hold a UFC show on the White House lawn ahead of America's 250th Independence Day celebration. Masvidal wants to return to the octagon to settle an old score with a longtime rival on this monumental card. Dana White is facing questions about UFC fighter pay following the announcement of a massive $7.7 billion TV rights deal with Paramount and CBS worth $1.1 billion per year. In a new interview with 60 Minutes, White assured everyone on his roster will get a good percentage of the new money.
I can't sit here right now and tell you, it's double, it's 1.5, it's triple, but yeah, fighter pay is, it's gonna be good.
When asked if he pays his fighters a fair wage, White doubled down on his position.
Do you pay fighters a fair wage?
Absolutely. People don't know how much a lot of these guys make.
If you want to know what LeBron James makes, it's 2 keystrokes away.
We're different in a lot of ways. We're different than most major sports.
The reality is that while UFC champions can make 7-figure purses, the lowest paid fighters have a base pay of just $12,000. Stars like Conor McGregor show what's possible at the top with a net worth of $200 million, but it remains to be seen how White will divide the new money. Israel Adesanya has moved on from Sean Strickland rematch. Israel Adesanya isn't going to wait around on Sean Strickland. The former 2-time UFC middleweight champion is on a 3-fight losing streak that started with his shocking upset loss to Strickland at UFC 293. Recently, Adesanya called for a rematch, but with no movement on that front, the last stylebender says he's moving on.
I'm not surprised. Look, if you want to get something done right, do it right the first time. That's the lesson I learned. And he's doing other things in his own life. He's made the money he wanted to make. But again, me as well, I don't want to be waiting around. I've moved on. I just want to fight, so I will fight. We'll see. I just want to fight, but we'll see.
Strickland isn't on a great run either. He dropped the title to Dricus du Plessis, beat Paulo Costa by decision, then lost to du Plessis again. He also got suspended by the Nevada State Athletic Commission for attacking a fighter while coaching. His suspension expires on December 29th. The delay has Adesanya focused on other middleweight contenders.
Could be a potential fight. Definitely. I'm just saying ready for everyone and anyone.
Merab Dvalishvili knows how dangerous Corey Sandhagen is, but he's making a massive claim ahead of UFC 320. The UFC bantamweight champion looks to tie the record for most title defenses when he faces Sandhagen next weekend. Speaking to CBS Sports, Dvalishvili dropped a bombshell about his game plan. "I'm planning to strike with Corey Sandhagen. I'm looking to knock him out. Whatever I do, he will support. We're really working my hands. The fight starts standing, and then I think this fight 90% will be striking. That's bold considering Dvalishvili is 3 takedowns away from 100 in the UFC and holds the record for most takedowns in UFC history. He hasn't won by knockout in 4 years. Fans are ripping the game plan, drawing comparisons to Belal Muhammad's recent title loss. This dude says this every fight and then goes in there and wrestles 100% of the fight. If Merab genuinely does this and isn't trolling, this has to be the dumbest game plan of all time. Don't pull a Belal. We all saw how that story ends. Henry Cejudo believes Dana White will eventually give in to Jon Jones's demands to fight at the UFC White House event in June 2026. White has said it's a 1,000,000,000 chance he books Jones, citing his legal issues and drug test failures. But Cejudo thinks it's only a matter of time. Speaking on the Pound for Pound podcast with Kamaru Usman, Cejudo made his prediction. President Dana White is going to cave in. He's going to give Jon Jones that opportunity. I understand Dana White's point too, because Jon Jones, he is a bit of a wild card. Some shit could happen. Obviously, his legal record too says a lot, and I love Jon, but let's speak the facts. Usman thinks Jones's choice to retire rather than fight Tom Aspinall despite a big payday is why White is reluctant to do business with him again. I would love that for Jon Jones, but Jon, you can't play with the game the way he's played with the game and expect Dana to still trust you and let you back in and do this. You can't play with the game like that, but if Dana is entertaining that, getting Jon back, I think this is a phenomenal one for him. This would be the main event, USA versus England. We're taking this shit back to 1776, and I do believe that Jon Jones takes out Tom Aspinall within the first championship rounds. I truly do believe that. This should be the main event. Everything else should freaking follow. Jones reportedly declined a $30 million offer to fight Aspinall. Cejudo thinks there's no chance Jones gets that same price today. This is where Jones fucked up. In business, you just cannot do that. You cannot do that. He's gonna probably get paid half, maybe I would say even $10 million, in comparison to the $30 million that they were actually going to give him against Tom. Paddy Pimblett made an explosive appearance in the newest trailer for Battlefield 6, which comes out on October 10th. The number 7 ranked UFC lightweight joined Hollywood actor Zac Efron, NBA star Jimmy Butler, and country singer Morgan Wallen in the trailer. Pimblett was labeled as Recon and held an assault rifle with his nickname Paddy the Batty on it. However, his squad met an unfortunate end pretty quickly. Okay boys, we're here to do one thing. Right as Efron was speaking, his squad was blown up by an enemy projectile. Many fans were excited to see Paddy the Batty in the trailer. Starting off with a celeb cast only to blow them away, and to show off realistic soldiers instead is the greatest Call of Duty diss I've seen. Another fan said LMAO, the celebrities getting iced instantly is so peak. A fan said of Pimblett, superstar status. Magomed Ankalaev's claim that Alex Pereira greased in their first fight has not made him popular. The heated back and forth ahead of their UFC 320 rematch on October 4th picked up when Ankalaev leveled a stern accusation at the media scrum. I told my coach right away I felt like he was greased. I'm not accusing him of anything, but these things happen. I train every day. You can feel when people are slippery. This is the first time Poatan has been accused of greasing in the UFC. His decision to make the allegation 6 months after the fight has fans coming down hard on him. No, his takedowns just weren't working. Seems like they underestimated his boxing though, so it all worked out for him. Man, I hope Alex knocks this dude out in the rematch. No one else he fought complained about this. It's crazy how much Abdelaziz manipulates his fighters. Ha ha ha, he was greased. This guy has to be the worst champion. You have been quiet. It's been ages since that fight happened. And now, right after Alex promises to slap you, you now try to sell the fight by saying he was greased. Carlos Ulberg sent both Ankalaev and Pereira a message with his performance at UFC Perth, knocking out Dominic Reyes in the first round. I'm coming! The fans are up in arms about the UFC's latest announcement for UFC Vegas 111. On Sunday, the UFC announced that unranked welterweight Randy Brown will take on number 14 ranked Gabriel Bonfim in a 5-round main event on November 8th. Neither fighter has headlined a UFC card before. Fans expressed their disappointment. Main event? Are we seriously doing this? No more Apex and garbage main events. Time to move on. How on earth is this a main event? What's up with the low-ranked dogshit main events recently? Onama versus Garcia too. The fights will be great, but they aren't main event worthy whatsoever. 14 versus unranked in a main event, that's absolutely bonkers. I don't care if it's a banger and it's at the Apex, that should never happen. The undercard includes one-time title challenger Wanderlei Silva facing number 11 ranked Jacqueline Cavalcanti. Ricky Simon takes on Raoni Barcelos, and Tessia Pennington fights number 15 ranked Denise Gomes. And that's gonna wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Top Tier MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.